here we got my Topps 2023 Stadium card. I want to say it's the first time I've seen it. Pretty cool. Just I look a little bit skinnier in this. Put a little muscle on this off season, so I mean it's cool. It just kind of makes you think about when you were a little kid, how far you've come, all the hours that you put in, and yeah, it's every kid's dream that plays baseball to have their own baseball card. So definitely a blessing.
Hello and welcome to another episode of MLB's Carded. Coming up in the show, we're going to be talking cards with my good friend Ryan Dempster. What a treat. We'll also get a look at what the vintage card appraisal process is like with baseball writer Joel Sherman. But first up, it's Bowman season. As the 2024 Bowman set gets released, Carter dove into a box of 2023s to find out how things have changed for some of these prospects 1 year later. Check it out.
Everybody knows I love me some Bowman, and Bowman 2024 is currently out right now. Everybody's talking about it, but we're gonna do you one better and circle back to last year's release. So I have this gorgeous box of Bowman 2023 right in front of me. I'm gonna rip it with MLB Pipeline's Sam Dykstra. Sam, before we get to ripping, please talk to me about this cover. Everyone knows about Gunnar Henderson absolutely raking it, Rookie of the Year, but Drew Jones, what's he looking like?
Yeah, Drew Jones, the second overall pick a few years ago. He's kind of the poster child for development is not linear in the minor leagues. There is something of a five-tool player in there. He can run like the wind. He can cover tons of ground in center field. We have some questions about the hit tool. He struck out a lot last year. The pieces are still there for Drew Jones to be a superstar.
And that's why I love Bowman so much, because you get to watch these players develop, and sometimes it takes years. Let's rip into it. Lots of cool things. We're looking for color, parallels, shiny things.
You're going to be the expert much more on that stuff than I am going to be.
Educate us, though. I want you to educate us.
Yeah.
All right, I got Kyle Harrison, Bowman first pitcher.
Kyle Harrison, Giants rookie this year, has a really good fastball, a promising slider as well. He could be a future number 2 for the Giants if all the pieces are there. Xavier Isaac is another really good one.
Ooh.
Tampa Bay Rays prospect. He was actually a surprise pick as a first baseman a few years ago out of high school, dealt with an injury.
Leave that baby
He
up.
kind of slipped a little bit in the draft, but the Rays always believed in him. Started to turn around, became a top 100 prospect last year.
This is a big one.
That is a big one. Colton Cowser, the milkman himself.
Yeah, I don't even need to ask you, Mr. Expert, how good this guy is.
Well, it's kind of crazy.
Out of 125, check that out.
When you think about Colton Cowser, who he was coming into the year, there were tons of questions of, are the Orioles going to find a spot for him? He hit a $115 last year in the major leagues. Now Colton Cowser might be an AL Rookie of the Year favorite because of the way he's carved out a role for him in Baltimore and become such a big part of their lineup. And Alex, I'm going to need you to tell me a little bit about this one, because this looks really cool.
Dude, that's a blue lava.
Blue lava? I even like the name of it. It's Gavin Cross.
That's huge.
Royals first rounder from 2022. Experienced some ups and downs in his first full season last year.
Number to 150, which means only 150 of these exist.
Yeah, and I'm really interested to see what he's going to become this year. There is some power in the profile. He was a really good college performer. Maybe he takes off in 2024, but
how
that's
about
one
that color match, though?
That works really well for
the blue
Royals
oven
prospects,
mitts,
I gotta
the royal
say.
blue.
Yeah.
That thing is gorgeous. Ooh, our first auto. And Manuel Torrero.
Oh, that is a good one.
Check that out.
Top 30 Pirates prospect. Torrero has basically hit everywhere he's played. He's reached single A so far. He's got a few years until he makes the bigs, but you look at who's in that Pirates system. They've done a good job of getting guys closer to Pittsburgh, and he's been above league average everywhere he's played so far.
Okay, that is a beautiful auto. I have not seen one of these yet. Spotlight insert. Roderick Arias.
Roderick Arias is very exciting, I gotta say. He's somebody who has really good upside for the Yankees. You think about how they just graduated Anthony Volpe as their top shortstop prospect. He's got power, he's got speed, so.
And he could be trade bait.
He has high ceiling, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. We'll stick with the Yankees.
We got
with the Martian.
Dude, that's
Jason
a hit
Dominguez.
right there.
Jason Dominguez. Five-tool star. I mean, he was getting compared to Mickey Mantle or Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
Any name you want to throw out there as a five-tool center fielder.
I think that's an atomic refractor. How cool is that?
Yeah.
That's it. But how much fun did you have?
This was an absolute blast. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for coming. You dropped so much hobby knowledge. I learned a ton. I cannot wait to rip some Bowman 2024 hobby. Happy ripping.
Now we go from modern to vintage. MLB Network insider Joel Sherman was kind enough to let us tag along as he had an expert appraiser look over a very special card collection.
My dad is my heaviest influence in my life. I honestly still never met anyone who worked harder than him. Whatever skill I have, the most important one is I think I'm willing to work hard, and I kind of learned that from him. My father wasn't a collector, but he was a very good man, and I suspect that somebody gave him these cards, kind of like a thank you, and they just got consolidated with the cards my brother and I were buying in the 70s and early 80s.
I'm Michael Osaki. I have been an appraiser formerly for 8 years. I feel like I have the best job in the world. I get to travel the country and review usually larger collections and assess a value for them.
Michael, I can't tell you how much my brother and I are appreciative that you're here. This card collection has been in the family for probably a half a century or more. When my father passed away in 2021 and we're going through his stuff, it's like, oh, our cards.
It's my job to review all of the cards and then write a formal appraisal report. You have to look at it with a critical eye. You can't just say, my father gave this to me 15 years ago, it must be worth a fortune. That's not the way to go into this. Without further ado, I would love to see your baseball cards.
Yeah, I wish it was a hermetically sealed envelope and kept perfectly over time, Michael. It's not, it's this. After my dad passed and I took the cards, I put them by year and by the number on the back, 1 through 600 or 700.
Let's take a look at some of these. So these cards would be anywhere from probably fair to good. A couple of them are probably very good condition. Now 56 is a great year. I mean, there's a ton of Hall of Famers in this set. I found what I was looking for. This is card number 135 of the 1956 Topps baseball card set. So now what I have to do is assess the condition. And when I'm talking about condition, I'm talking about a few different things. How sharp are the corners? What does the centering look like? Do we see any bubblegum stains on the back? Do we see any print dot bubbles? This card would be, in a retail setting, $1,000 to $1,200 bucks. What we have here is a 1956 Topps Sandy Koufax. Someone put a pencil mark there. As we talked about, cards are graded on a scale of 1 to 10. If there is a mark like that, it's designated as MK for mark. Overall value for this card would be about $250 bucks. This 1962 Topps number 18. You have both Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle on the same card. If you look at all of your cards, most of them have, white borders. This wood grain border, it's very, very difficult to find any card from this set in high grade because any little nick shows. As far as value goes, it's in good condition. This card would be about $75. I was going through your package of Bowman cards here, and I stumbled upon one, which is super interesting. These are all Yankee players, Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra, and Hank Bauer, and they're all in the dugout.
All three of those guys, they were around, especially old timers days. You think about what they meant to like a fan base who grew up on these guys. So I imagine if there's still people around, right, like who nostalgia-wise, this might mean a lot to them.
Joel, this is a fantastic card collection. I look forward to getting my hands dirty, digging in, and figuring out exactly what the value is in the entire collection.
Well, don't get too dirty. They're not in great shape to start with, but honestly, we really do appreciate what you're doing here because this feels like archaeology a little bit to us, like we found this relic in my dad's house and now we have somebody who's a great archaeologist to help us through it.
Well, it turns out that Joel was wise to call in an expert because his collection appraised for over $10,000. Thank you to Joel and Michael for giving us a look into the appraisal process.
The pitch, swing and a miss, Cubs win. And Dempster goes the distance.
He's a co-host of Intentional Talk. He's a two-time All-Star, a World Series champion, one of the great characters of our sport. Ryan Dempster joins us now on Carded. Demp, good to see you, buddy. How's life right now? I see you're surrounded by beautiful items on your desk.
Yeah, some memorabilia over my shoulders here. I got the the runner-up, me and Millar, for his member guests there. My cleats from the 2000 All-Star game, actually. My 08 ones are Harry Carey's, and then a plethora of, dolls. And I got a few cars to show you, Greg.
I knew you would bring it. I knew you'd bring the merchandise. Before we dive into that, I do want to go to Baby Demp, okay? Little Ryan started collecting baseball cards at what age, and what got you into baseball cards?
So probably like 5 years old, I would say I started collecting, and then really it was the stickers at first. That was the big thing. It started with sticker books where you could collect the stickers and you fill them in, and I collected that. And then that went to baseball cards. And I actually, like, when I got into high school, Greg, I worked in a card shop. I would go right after school and I sold cards. Yeah, so I sold baseball cards, hockey cards, mostly baseball and hockey, and occasional basketball.
I was about to ask, because of your Canadian roots, were you 60-40 hockey for the first 5 years of your collecting life?
More like probably 80-20. I just think there was such a demand for hockey cards. Like the only baseball cards you was Blue Jays and Mariners maybe, but that was about it.
Okay.
Expos.
Did this hobby transfer over to the big league, Ryan Dempster?
No, and I wish it did, because the hobby itself, like the memorabilia hobby did, like I collected baseballs and jerseys and bats and helmets and hats. Like I got up here, I could reach up here, stuff like this, like, Trevor Hoffman from the All-Star game right there signed. That's his gamer hat from the 2000 All-Star game. I was like,
that's cool.
Hey, dude, can I get that? Like stuff like that. I was always collecting. The card stuff, I think I was so busy playing that I just kind of got away from chasing down cards. But they were always like, if I was out somewhere and I ran by a card shop, I'd pop in, I'd grab some packs, just stuff like that. And then they're saved in boxes all over the place.
All right, so what are you grabbing right now to show me and our audience here on Carded? You've got some goodies there, right? You've got stuff that you're excited to show.
I got lots of stuff here, like different, like I mentioned the Griffey. Here's just a little kind of sample of, the Ken Griffey Jr. rookies, right?
Oh,
so
wow.
different ones going through there. This one's really good. I
that's
like the top
high end,
one,
right there.
That's actually, that's autoed right there, right?
That's high end product you're holding in your hands right now.
Yeah, and then it's funny, like you go through. I have things from like, this guy's really hot in the league right now, by the way. Little Alec Baum.
Yes.
Alec Baum patch auto from Immaculate, which is a really popular product.
That's awesome.
But I was going through a box the other day, Greg, and like, I'm gonna take this out. And I got like everything from, a lot of Larry Walker cards, Fergie Jenkins autos and stuff like this. So I'm going through this card and I find this card, right? And
I can't
I'm
see
like,
it.
oh.
I can't see it.
We'll get him to zoom in on this. Can we zoom in on this card right here? And I honestly had no idea. I must have had this, because this is a little bit older. It's from Topps Archives, but it's an autographed Shohei Ohtani 1/1. You can see in the top corner where my finger is. And I'm like, it's a picture. That's his very first home run hit as an Angel. And they made a card out of it. And I'm like, what? 1/1? What in the heck? And I was like, whoa, dude. So I obviously put that away and
Wait, did you
stored it.
stumble upon this card, or did you shop for
I
it?
completely, stumbled upon it in a box of cards I had. I was deep diving up in my attic, and I was like, oh, let me find what I got put away here. Who doesn't love this guy right here, right? Like just right here. That's one of the best looking, that one. Yeah.
Give me a Ricky Henderson any day of the week. Oh, that's a beautiful baseball card.
So I actually just sent in 3 Ricky Hendersons to get graded because I thought they were worth it. But I mean, you can go all the way back. I got some Harvey Haddocks in here if you're looking for it,
And you are engaging with your fans. You have so many baseball fans that loved your career and watch you on Intentional Talk every single day, and they know where to find you because you engage and sell and you buy, right? You're in the industry right now.
Yeah, I do. I actually go hang out at Elite Sports Collectibles here in Chicago. Ronnie, who owns the shop, I'll hang out there. We've done breaks from there. We did our charity break from there. I've actually been a seller. I've held, sat there at night and just told stories, and people want cards and stuff like that. And they're opening a box of Freddie Freeman's rookie year Topps Chrome. And I got the Braves, and I actually pulled a Freddie Freeman rookie.
No way.
That they're going to send. It'll send to me in the mail. I was hoping for the auto, but I know a guy who might be able to autograph that for me, so I'll see.
Wow,
I'll see if my former teammate with Team Canada. Yeah, but during the break, the guy pulls a Ryan Dempster, and I just like
during the break he pulled your card.
Yeah, and I just, in the chat, I just typed in, I was like, oh, you pulled my card. And I said, Ryan Dempster, and he goes, oh, you don't have the Cubs. And I said, no, it's me. I'm the guy on the card.
That's so good. All right, 2 more for you, because we got to run.
Yeah.
Give me your favorite Ryan Dempster baseball card, your least favorite Ryan Dempster card.
Okay, favorite one, I have 2. There's well, I'll just go 1. Favorite one is the Abe Lincoln Topps. They made a set, and in there's certain players, if you go to the checklist, who actually have an Abe Lincoln in there. And by the meaning I say, I'm throwing, and the third base umpire, which in the normal base card is an umpire at third base, it is actually Abraham Lincoln standing behind the third base. It's awesome. My least favorite one, and this is a great story. So, baseball cards are awesome, and I love the different versions that come out, but I personally love the action cards. As much as I love the Ken Griffey Jr. because it's iconic with the M hat and, he's young junior, I love action cards where there's really cool stuff happening. And I'm taking spring training pictures for Topps one day. And at the time, I was pretty basic with my look in for a sign. I wasn't this big peer over my glove, I wasn't Max Scherzer or anything like that. And the guy goes, like, you're looking in for a sign. And I said, I am looking in for a sign. It's how I look in for a sign. And he goes, no, like, you're really intent, like you're looking in for a sign. So I do this card, and I'm just like, and I'm down there like with my face, And that was the picture they used. And it was like, it is the most ridiculous picture. It's nothing like anything I've ever done.
Is it like severe overacting, or is it just like...
Yes, completely. I just overacted the heck out of it.
It's so good. Awesome. Hey, Ryan, thank you so much for hanging out and talking baseball cards with me. You know the two of us have chatted about this topic so many times in my office. We both love this hobby. We're so excited that the industry is back and on fire right now. You're the best. Appreciate your time. Thanks for joining me, man.
You bet, man. Anytime, dude. I'm glad the hobby's well and alive.
You may know Tom Candiotti as a broadcaster for the Diamondbacks, or from his illustrious 16-year career as a player, or from his portrayal of Hoyt Wilhelm in the movie 61, or maybe from the International Bowling Hall of Fame. It's true, I swear. The point is, the Candyman has done a lot of cool stuff, and now we can add baseball card critic to that list.
Hi there, I'm Tom Candiotti, former Major League ball player. Some know me as a knuckleball pitcher.
He struck him out, a swing and a miss on a knuckler well out of the strike zone away.
I'm going to take a look at some of my old baseball cards, and then I'm going to rate them. All right, first up, the 1984 Topps rookie card of Tom Candiotti. It's got a little shot of me pitching right here, but there's a little picture down here that makes me look like I have the hugest nose of all time. So on the candy meter, I would probably give this card probably a 3. 1987 Topps. My worst card. Why I was ever growing a mustache, I have no idea. I got off to such a horrible start that I shaved this thing off so quickly. It was ugly. And now every time I get these cards sent to me for an autograph, I look at it and I make the biggest T right through the face of this card because it's horrible. I will give a 0. And I look at this card, it doesn't even deserve a ranking. 1990 Topps. Now, I do like this card, and the reason I like it is when you look at this card, the grip. I love the grip that I'm throwing. It's a knuckleball grip. It has me kind of looking in there like I'm getting the sign. On the candy meter on this one, this is probably about an 8. 1992 Topps Stadium Club. And I kind of like this card. Again, the knuckleball grip. I'm just getting ready to release it. Complete in-game shot. But when you turn it around, here is that picture of my rookie card once again. If you can't see it as much, but there's that mug shot with the big fat nose. So this drops my card down to probably around a number 4. Next up, 2 cards, the 88 Topps and the 92 Topps. Now what's similar about these cards, I love the because they're action shots. I always love action shots. You know, I think we've seen a couple of really bad ones. Base shots, obviously, but the action shots I love. So on these two particular cards, you just look at their delivery, and they're almost from the same point. They're both with the knuckleball grip. Between those years, not much really changed with my mechanics or my delivery, which is kind of cool when you look back and take a look at. I will go up to a number 7 on these cards. I love these cards just because I love action shots, and I just love the way you can see my grip, the knuckleball grip on the ball. The worst card of them all. See, it's this card, I'm telling you. You gotta have low light.
Well, it's been fun, but that's just about it for the show. I'm going to kick back and dig into some of these new 2024 Topps Heritage Packs. I've been waiting for this 1975 design to come to Heritage, so this is really a treat for me. If you want to rip along at home, then scan the QR code and get your own. We'll also leave you with a retro pack rip from my buddy Ryan Dempster. Thanks, Ryan, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Carded. I'm so excited for this. You never know what you're going to get. You never know. Ooh, Junior Caminero. Look how great the border is on that. Cedric Mullins, I'll take it. Seiya Suzuki of the Cubs, I'm all in. Reese Olson, this kid's talented right-hander for the Tigers.
I found myself a nice little pack of 2007 Topps. And by the way, before even having to open it, who's on the front? I know this guy. Look at this. This is gonna be fun. I love opening baseball cards. It's a huge hobby. I'm an avid collector. I will probably eat the gum at some point to kind of play around. Get it out. You could always bite too, right? There we go. Now, the fun part about opening baseball cards to me was obviously just what you might get. It was never about the big hit. I think COVID made that all happen. Everybody wanted the big banger. To me, it was always the player I was gonna get, the fun player. And I don't know any more fun players than this guy, Ryan Dempster right here. Oh, Reed Johnson, yes. Look at that one, Reed Johnson right here. Teammate with the Chicago Cubs, made some unbelievable catches. Washington, D.C., where he slid head first, diving catch in the left center gap, hat against the wall, came up looking like a skateboarder. Reed Johnson, and of course, thank you for the catch you made in Milwaukee against Prince Fielder, Sunday Night Baseball. Robbing a grand slam. Thanks, Reed. Now a heck of a youth baseball coach. Oh, wow, what a good pack. Teammates, World Series champ, Mike Napoli. This is with the Angels. This is way back when right here. Mike Napoli, roofed up. That's my nickname for him. Slight little blemish on the corner, but that's okay. Another teammate, Ian Kinsler. What's up, Kins? Great second baseman. Remember when we picked off Carl Crawford at Fenway Park when he was 3 feet off the bag? That was a good play. John Smoltz? Smeltz. John Smoltz. I don't remember him. I think he was with the Braves or something. He was a good player. Edgar Renteria and I. This is with the Atlanta Braves. Edgar Renteria played together, Florida Marlins. You know, you remember him, Mr. Columbia. Won the World Series of the walk-off hit. We took a limo in 1998 to Kevin Millar's house, and it caught on fire. Edgar Renteria was in that limo. Bronson, this is a good-looking card, by the way. The Bronson Arroyo full leg kick up. That's a beauty. Man, we like that one. That's really good. Ibaldo Jimenez rookie card. Ooh, that's a good little one. I'll tell you what, the year he went 14-1 before the All-Star break. Absolutely unbelievable. And then Travis Hafner. What's up, big power hitter? Gonna take you deep. Yep. Listen, I know this is a pack of 2007. But the way they package this gum, do you think chalky or do you think like gummy? I don't know. Almost looks like taffy. Not bad, actually. I don't know what kind of preservatives they use, but Topps nailed it with this gum. Well, there you have it. Opening up baseball cards right here, 07. I love it. Let's do this again sometime.